Welcome to the University Gallery on the campus of Texas A&M University Commerce. The Department of Art is pleased to present the group invitational exhibition, Wax Applications, showcasing the depth and breadth of encaustic and cold wax mediums. An ancient material originally used in the making of Egyptian funerary portraits, wax is embraced by many a contemporary artist for its formal and conceptual expressiveness. Encaustic, typically consisting of beeswax, resin, and pigment, requires heat to bring it to a molten state and to fuse its translucent layers. Cold wax medium, mixed with oil paint and myriad substances, flows without the use of heat, with solvent as an ingredient. Both yield stunning, inspired results. Wax Applications illuminates the work of 38 artists and a motive gamut of dimension and technique, intention and innovation. Portrait artist Leah McDonald shares the tales of womanhood through form, color, and texture in Split, utilizing encaustic photography and textiles to veil, imprint, embellish, draw, and enhance. Inspired by the ancient traditions of Egyptian Fayum portraits, Pompeian frescoes, and Greek painting, Francisco Benitez stays true to a slowly applied four-color palette, while providing a contemporary soulful figure in Marie Aimee. Ancient Histories 175, with its calfskin substrate for David A. Clark's printmaking techniques, showcases the artist's use of the arrow, a symbol for an idealized sense of connection and a metaphor for being. Michael David's The Judgment of the Moon and Stars 2 and 3 extends the language of abstraction with a raw materiality in paint handling, along with personal, political, and literary narratives. In MacArthur Station 2, Jerry McLaughlin explores poetry and the relationship between darkness and beauty with his neutral, monochromatic textures, combining cold wax medium, oil, and particulates. Jennifer Weigel utilizes used motor oil suspended in cold wax medium on a found taxidermy duck in her work, Icarus Washed Ashore, a comment on oil spills and their tragic effect on the environment. Nest reflects a pandemic need to find what grounds us, a tactile combination of foam, silk, hair, wire, netting, string, and encaustic. Deborah Kapoor's dimensional work references feminine embodiment. Failed Attempt to Enforce Normality by Barry Katz showcases the additive technique of accretion to achieve a textural, emotive surface with rich colorations on a hand-formed plaster substrate. Pamela Coe's Walk in the Park depicts a conversation between surface and the subconscious. Its manipulated layers of cold wax and mixed media reveal an emotional visual history. Desert Lines by Rebecca Kroll reflects the essence of the arid, rugged, open landscape of the desert Southwest, its layered patina echoing observations from her nature walks and explorations. Erin Keane combines forces as a bookbinder and artist with Butterfly Book. Incorporating fallen butterfly wings from her daily hikes, Keane enhances her creation with an artist-designed butterfly stitch as thorax. Joanne Matera's Chromatic Geometry 18 displays a seamless craftsmanship along with a field of diamond shapes. The geometric division of color creates an almost holographic effect, the diamonds shifting from fore to aft. Jenny Herzog finds inspiration in architecture, her early career as an interior designer instilling a fascination with floor plans and elevation drawings. Manipulated digital photos, cold wax, and oil take up residence in layers 8 through 19. Dale O. Roberts carries out a time-honored investigation with a glue-prepared gesso panel, encaustic, and string in Distant Light. Both perspective and cool palette are fused with heat in this gridded urban landscape. Jeffrey Hurst incorporates painting, printmaking, and sculpture with his silk-screened rib cage on hand-shaped panel. The work speaks to the role that architecture plays in defining social space in an urban environment. Melanin 17 by Winston Lee Mascarenhas references the formation of hue in human skin. His striated paintings of reclaimed cardboard and pigmented wax speaks to the binding beauty of uniqueness and sameness. Heat, gravity, and chance are central to the artistic process of Kelly Wagner Steinke, where she gives up a measure of control to embrace the element of surprise in Les Scene 2. Artist and beekeeper Kara Brooke Brown harvests her own wax for her work, such as Big Life, inspired by the movie Forrest Gump and his box of chocolates, the lifelike sculptures looking good enough to eat. Lorraine Glesner's Swimming with Sharks explores the navigation between what is hidden and what is revealed. Additive and reductive technique, collage, and pigmented wax become a metaphor for volatility and vulnerability. Leah Rothstein explores the lines and spaces observed in landscape and in brain function with all its exquisite, tenuous qualities in gloop, constructed of pigment print on fabric, wax, brads, and snaps. With Optics 1, Paula Rowland engages the senses through perception and optical play. This encaustic monotype on Kitakata paper involves viewers through the impression of movement, flashing, and vibrating pattern. Part of a series of paper pours, The Lone Butte by Ellen Comant achieves a sense of fluid transparency with the interplay of graceful, simple shapes seen in a mountain outside the artist's New Mexico home. Elizabeth Shawakart's work unfurls a use of alcohol inks and wax on traditional Asian scroll paper, alongside her handmade brush, combining the traditional and contemporary to pay homage to cultural connections. Stephanie Hargrave's work references biology, botany, arthropods, and the body. Her waxed stoneware sculptures are wired together with annealed steel, as evidenced with the organic forms of L. Inspired by the flora and fauna of forests and ocean depths, Angela Hansen's biomorphic sculpture, Gaia Aquatica, constructed of twine, paper, wire, and wax, evokes unseen transformations. With String Theory M 101, 102, 103, Melissa Galazzi's shadow drawing of paper, thread, and encaustic underscores the delicate yet strong relationships we form with one another over space and time. Anna Wagner Ott's Drawing with Threads recalls a tradition of sewing and weaving, providing a meditative process in its melding of thread and molten wax. Her work simulates decomposing surfaces and feelings when undercover. Trey Hoffman uses his love of collecting the disposed and the lost in his creation, Safe Passage. Made with encaustic, plaster, burlap, pigment sticks, and found objects, it sparks an appreciation for the beauty in the discarded. Elise Wagner combines the techniques of encaustic painting and collagraph printmaking in Traces and Transits, Plate 1 and 2. Geology, particle physics, climate change, and astronomy are etched into her work. Paul Klein exercises physicality in action with his work, Genie, providing an example of the shellac burn process, where encaustic, shellac, micropowders, and fire interact to dramatic effect. Old Family Letters set the stage for Stephanie Roberts Camello's encaustic relief series. Multiple layers of wax and marks are peeled back to reveal a familial history of endurance and perseverance in Love and War. Sacred Mirrors by Michelle Hayden celebrates nature's beauty, detailing the changing season of mountain leaves unified by a found metal rim and the organic forms of bovine bones. Brad Ellis employs the physicality of molten wax, collage papers and fabrics, and a variety of paint applications, with Secrets in the Garden too. The textural surfaces, pattern, and highly saturated color summon an organic emotion. Standing on My Own 2 Feet by Nancy Farrow recalls ancestral connections to present existence, using found papers and objects, gold leaf, threads, and pigmented beeswax on wood. Willow Bader's subjects include some of the good things in life that engage the senses, such as dance, music, food, and wine. Rich, sensual surfaces glow in the candlelight with her painting, You Might As Well. Susan Stover's paintings and sculptures often recall ethnic sensibility and geometric organization. Beacon is a fusion of fiber, wax, and metal formed into patterned dimension, both transforming and meditative. Helen Danelly's Earth Pod of encaustic, oil, and raffia is inspired by plant life such as pods, seeds, cocoons, flowers, and leaves, evoking the idea of metamorphosis as natural and personal phenomena. Deanne Rowe merges found objects, papier-mâché, and a buildup of torn financial statements, stock reports, advertisements, and printing paper in Trickle-Down Economics, a commentary on an economic plan void of trickled wealth. Thank you for your visit to the University Gallery.